did the fence and moved it, and then they brought in the armed forces and riot gear showed up. There was the guys with the tank with the lights on it. And hundreds of people followed, but Letitia and I were right behind this one woman who stood up and actually moved the barricade. And she said, "This is my land, this is my government, and I'm going through."
Spent your whole life becoming really good at doing something, you get fired at age 50, and then there's some idiot writing an article in Atlantic Monthly that it's because you're not skilled. America is lacking skilled workers, and you're looking there saying, heck, I got 30 years of skill. What do you mean I'm not skilled? All right? Not only is your skill irrelevant for the future, which doesn't make you feel too good, chances are that you're not going to re-educate yourself. So all of those articles about, well, we need to re-educate people, it's just nonsense. You're not going to turn a whole bunch of factory workers, coal miners, and so on into computer programmers. It's not going to happen.
Here we go. I feel it. It's moving.
Ignore her.
Here, my square's over there. I'm moving her. We gotta get the stomachs going. We got 4 of them to run around in here, okay?
All right, little pop quiz. What's the name of this cow?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the next time you have to feed the cow cabbage.
Oh, is that?
Or how about?
Or Brussels sprouts, or
Broccoli.
broccoli. What else?
Prunes.
Asparagus.
Kelly Moore is the winner of $1,000 Rotary. Woo!
Make sure the seam is on the bottom, and so you pinch the pastry together so it stays together while baking. We'll be back when we're done. Welcome back to Delicious Delights. Now we have the pigs in the blanket all wrapped up, and now we need to place them in a 400-degree oven for 12 minutes.
But so they hire a person, that's the diversity coordinator, and then these incidents happen, and then it's that diversity coordinator's job to do that work of checking with all those students. Well, guess what? That person's usually one of maybe 2 or 3 staff or faculty of color in the whole school. And what they're finding is as they go down to historically black colleges and say, we need teachers, we need guidance counselors here in Vermont of color to come and serve in our schools, to not only reflect the diversity in our student base, but also up top, because students do look for role models. They do look for people who are able to achieve and say, you know what, that's something not necessarily that I need to do, but I know there's someone who gets it, right? We get them here and then they leave. Because they're not actually supported by administration when they want to do social justice-oriented curriculum. They are not supported by administrations when they want to do programming that asks difficult questions and takes students into difficult places. You have to opt out. Your parents get a chance to say, I think that might be too traumatic for my child and I don't want them to go.
My daughter was in and out of rehab since she was 16. She's been on a Suboxone program since 16. She's a long-time user. At this point, when I look back, I see a young person just struggling in a short program. It had no long-term effect. For it to apply, I think she stayed 21 days, insurance covered 21 days, and then she was brought out into a system, again, that had no support, no accountability. The treatments were varied, and HIPAA kept myself, as a parent that was concerned, out of the loop for care and treatment and what the reality was, because addiction lies.
Criminal. After Tanya and Nancy. Stephen Dunn. One woman has nothing out of place as she slides into our living rooms. The other can't control her face. The past is in it, and something cheap insists on the wrong expensive gowns. Unnerving though, nothing out of place. We know no one is quite that chaste. Always near the palace are the ruins. The other can't control her face.
She was not someone who would call people up and say, ha, I caught you being a Nazi or whatever. No, or a racist. What she did was to try to appeal to people and groups on the basis of seeing in them a potential. She would kind of flatter them a little bit.
The Freedom of Information Act helps ensure government transparency and the freedom of the press. It's one of the best ways to access reliable and authentic information and actual documents relating to our government.
Another one is booster bags. Most of us are not familiar with booster bags, but if you happen to be a shoplifter, you probably are. Booster bags are bags that have hollowed out bottoms and some kind of attaching device built into them. What the criminal does is the criminal takes the booster bag, puts it over an item that they want to steal, and then walks away with the item inside that empty bag. At least it was empty when they started. Now, why we're bringing this up as a holiday scam or a gift scam is because the booster bags are showing up in stores, airline waiting rooms, and other places where people happen to put down a package as they're shopping. For example, going into a coffee shop, getting a coffee. In the meantime, you put down a bag or a purse or a briefcase. The person with the booster bag walks over to you, puts the bag over your item, and then walks away with it before you even realize your item is gone.
Pretty much no spying on Americans, and you can only spy on foreigners when you have probable cause and then get a warrant. Because let's be clear, there are only two kinds of people in this world suspicious enough to deserve to be spied on without restraint or a proper warrant. Mimes and people who don't like Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run album. That's it. I don't trust anyone who chooses to make not talking the foundation of their professional life. And anyone who doesn't like Born to Run has black tar in their soul. That's actually just a fact.
Light the party!
All right, what's the story about this one?
So this is a great story. This winter, I went to a elderly home area, and 4 of the women were looking at the photos, and I said, does anybody know who this person is? And all of a sudden, this woman burst into tears and held the picture like this and said, that was my husband. And that,
oh my God.
This was in World War II, and just before he shipped out.
So
that was really moving.
Well, how did you know to bring that? I mean,
it was just, once again, these piles that I had no idea. And
you
this
just
one,
picked this one.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there
yeah,
waiting for this to show up again.
Yep. Yep.
That's amazing.
And I
Annie.
said, you know, here, do you want it? Or can I just make a copy of it? And